if you're not failing, you're not growing. So earlier today, I was actually playing the piano. I was playing a specific piece called Comptine d'une autre été. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll actually link it down in the description if you want to see. And actually, usually when I play piano or any instrument, I don't have any metronome. So I just count internally in my head and just assume that I'm playing on tempo all the time, especially without like a band or another person to lean on in order to fix the rhythm of my instrument. And as I was playing the metronome, with the metronome, there was this very good sounding part where there were like 16th notes, which are very fast notes, like they swish by. And for the first time ever, I actually noticed that I was failing a lot. I was like going off tempo, going much faster than the metronome, and also going much slower. I'm not hitting at the right beats. And so, because I noticed that I failed, what I did is I then just kept trying to slow down and then next time speed up, try to get the timing correct so that when I took the metronome off, I could actually play on beat. And after just, I think, around 15 minutes of just doing this one practice with the metronome, I was able to get much better. There was like a lot more tempo. Or I was able to stay on beat a lot more often. And this is a real life example of if you're not failing, you're not growing. Because I turned on the metronome and put myself into a situation where I would fail. So something that I was previously good at, which is playing that piece, after a while, I put myself in a situation where I would fail, where there is the possibility of failure, which is putting the metronome on, and I noticed I failed a bunch. Like, I failed a lot. 90% of my practice session was just complete failure of, like, the tempo, because it was not right at all. But after, like, even just 5 minutes of correction with the metronome, I was able to stay on beat way more often. And so, when you, in life, if you want to get better at something, if you place yourself into a situation where you have the possibility of failure, then you are way more likely to grow. Because when you notice failure, that's when you try to fix your mistake, which then leads to success. Because I turned on the metronome and I played the piano, but I noticed that my piano playing wasn't on beat, so I practiced more in order to sync my fingers with the metronome so that they're connected. And although I failed, but then I learned from the failure by fixing my mistake, by even just attempting to fix a mistake, even if it's not a successful attempt, it makes you way better. And when you put yourself into a situation where there is the possibility of failure, you are like, when you put yourself into a situation with the possibility of being able to fail, you're able to And the good thing about failing is that when you place yourself into a situation where you have the possibility of failure, you don't actually need to spend that much time in order to get better. Because I only spent like around 5 to 10 minutes of using the metronome, and I got way better and I was more on beat. So I could have spent hours playing all the notes right for this one sheet music or for this one piece, and yet also play it wrong off beat for all those countless hours. But with just 5 minutes of noticeable failure, the key word is noticeable, 5 minutes of noticeable failure with a metronome, and I was able to fix that problem. So when you place yourself into a situation with the possibility of failure, you don't need to spend too much time on it, because when you do this, when you're always stuck in this, and you're always trying to learn from your failures, you're always growing. Don't stay stagnant and always keep failing. Always keep learning. Alright. See you later.